I'm attempting a rare and difficult maneuver. It's kind of a legendary achievement in San Francisco. Only the most perturbing of hackers can pull this one off. This is, or will be... I know what it looks like. You're wrong, but I know what it looks like. Looks like I'm trying for a crane to crane, right? You're almost right. Your basic crane to crane, which is not particularly impressive of course, is indeed a component of what I'm going for here. Yeah, it's just getting the initial sync ratio right. Hacking term. Gotta link up the conjoins. Oh! Don't want to knock myself out of the air there. Let's go the 360. That was a significant pitfall. It's okay, we can crane two birds with kill two cranes. Now this idiom doesn't work. We can't do that at all. We can achieve two things at the same time. Let's just supervise. Is everything lined up? One, crane two. Yeah, I think that's going to work out. Okay. Keep going. One cool thing is when you take back over the crane, it retains some of its momentum that it had swinging around earlier. Doesn't make any sense at all, but it's cool. Right. Initiate docking. Hey, don't take it too far. You can definitely go too far with this sort of thing. Right. That was the easy part. Now, we reveal the full truth. This is a crane to forklift. Why am I doing this? You are? Oh my god. Oh, that was so close. Oh shit. Okay, no, it's all good. I can recover. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yes. Okay. Why am I doing this? You now have time to ask. Because the floor is lava. And I'm out. Okay, what's up today? Raymond Kenny. Raymond Kenny is totally working with DedSec now. Let's flash back to explain him a little.
Hey, one of our newbie followers reported something strange. Anybody heard about a bunch of funky rat masks hanging around outside the MoMA?
Bunch of self-described art anarchists calling themselves the Ordinate Academy.
Rodentia Academy. It's an anagram.
Good catch. What's their platform?
Total transparency, no privacy for anybody.
Then why the mask?
These rat masks. What do they look like?
Oh, it's the guy Defaults.
Low poly.
Fuck. That's Default. Default? The musician?
Default, the ex-DedSec hacker.
Default, the psychopath asshole who tried to gas me in his fucked up spook show house.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna check these guys out then. Gives me a chance to meet one of the new followers too.
Nice. So they're bringing back both of the actually
Marcus,
good characters.
check out these texts I pulled from
what's
a
this?
cop.
Any luck? Take a guess. Why are we even bothering with this puzzle? Cryptogram? We're totally getting to the second half of the game here. Like, people are just throwing missions at me the second I step out the door and log in. The captain is taking this very seriously.
Cryptogram? I was obsessed with these things.
Yeah, now that Ray's here, he's like, I know a bunch of missions you can do.
Back.
Think you still got it? I'd love it if DedSec could one up the cops on this.
Our followers would eat it up.
You just give me that cryptogram, son, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay. I wonder just how good Ray is. He was certainly a genius once. But within the scope of Watch_Dogs, the way it portrayed people was so unrealistic, it was kind of hard to know how seriously to take things. Mainly, his backstory, if you don't feel like sitting through the plot of Watch Dogs, is the guy who wrote CTOS, basically. The original 1.0 software for Bloom before he realized what it was going to be used for. He wrote the kernel or whatever, then turned against it, did like a big hack, became like criminal on the run, etc. Some stuff happened, had friends, enemies, unfortunately ran into Aiden Pierce and spent some time being very uncomfortable and so on. And that's it. That's basically Raymond Kenny. He's a legendary hacker who's the first guy who like took on Bloom. Mostly out of guilt. He's got a lot of guilt. It's fine. That Watch_Dogs had a lot of characters were only ever motivated by upsetting things, so it was kind of par for the course. Also, he has an RC car like this one. So yeah, Raymond Kenny. I'm sure we'll be doing cool missions for him. What to do first? Flashback complete, presumably. So what is on offer? Actually, let's check out the app. I mean, the app that's not Maps, the other app. So we've got this thing about Noodle. This is very clearly main plotty. We've got this thing about Default. I thought Default was dead. Yeah, he's got to be. Like, no, Default died twice, actually. Yeah, I'll do this mission so I can explain what the hell is going on there. So, if you didn't follow the intricate and horrible plot of Watch_Dogs, Default was actually one of the better characters in the game. He wasn't a good character, just one of the better ones. He was a loosely DedSec affiliated hacker, though I think DedSec actually affiliated him for not being anonymous enough. De-affiliated. When I say not anonymous enough, he's a Deadmau5 ripoff. Like, he's literally a famous DJ, or was.
Get out of here.
I say was because Default got killed by Aiden Pierce, which is not unusual. Everyone was killed by Aiden Pierce at this thing. But you had the option during the mission to spare Default's life if you wanted. You didn't actually have to kill him. You could let him get away. And then I guess because the developers wanted to make sure the plot really didn't make any sense, Default came back in Bad Blood as the main villain of it for no good reason. I guess because he was one of the more half-decent characters the game had, they were like, oh, we better reuse him. And just like, if you killed him, it turned out to have been a decoy. So, yeah. And then they took a character who had previously been this kind of, who was a self-aggrandizing arsehole, right? Like, Default was not a nice person or anything. He was a Watch_Dogs character. But he was funny, and he had an aesthetic, and there's like a bit of style to it, right? He was like basically a powerful enemy hacker one-off. In Bad Blood, they kind of I mean, that game, that was fun, but it was still a DLC for Watch_Dogs. So its basic plotline revolved around a fucking thing, a guilt trip thing where T-Bone, Raymond Kenny, caused a great big blackout to protest CTOS, and of course some people died, as would happen if you take down the electric grid for like the northwestern United States. So Default's brother was one of the people who died, and there was a backstory about a mental hospital and other survivors, and it was like a long revenge scheme thing, and there was a terrible scene where like people were, like the relatives of the victims were turned into a kind of jury thing. It honestly felt more like, what is that video game? That incredibly Japanese thing, you know, the one with the one that people liked to read about on the internet, and they got upset when they couldn't read about it momentarily. Okay, this is bugging me now. What was the video game? It came on the DS. I did not actually ever play it myself. I read some of the Let's Play by Oren Ronan. It was very popular indeed on Tumblr.
Someone's hacking me. Where you at?
Okay, no, that's not on. That's not cool. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember what the hell this game was. Unfortunately, I'm being hacked, which could make it considerably more difficult. So I'll describe the plot of the game to you, and maybe you, the hypothetical viewer, will tell me what the hell it was. It was, so some improbable teens are trapped in a high school, or possibly, alternately, on an island, and they don't like that, and they kill each other, right? And much like the killing I'm doing here, it's, just tying it into the game here. And there are mystery things and trial sections, and it's very silly, but also kind of... Danganronpa. I'm thinking of Danganronpa. I've forgotten my original point.
You call pest control?
Yep, that was me. At first I thought these guys were doing some sort of weirdo art thing, but they're definitely planning something.
Sounds like it. Think they're still out there?
They were a couple minutes ago. Hard to miss, too. Just look for the ears.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, I'm one of you now, right? Do I get credit or something?
What's your tag?
Snickerdoodle.
For real?
No, it's face fuck.
Okay. Wait, for real?
No, it's actually Snickerdoodle, but you can call me Snick. Long story, don't ask.
Look, that's better than facefuck at least. So default people are probably doing an art thing and up to no good. That's the kind of guy he was. However, to give meaning in retrospect to my digression there, Bad Blood, the DLC for Watch_Dogs, which I liked better than the main game itself, the main kind of content of that game was basically about two old guys catching up and reconciling and dealing with the mistakes of their past, and I liked that stuff. But then the ending of it was this freaking Danganronpa style, not that I think Danganronpa was bad per se, but it did not fit trial thing with like dark revelations and inappropriate use of characters. Neither Ray nor Default fit into the roles they put them in. It was only fun because of the RC car, which I've now got again. Yeah. So let's use it. Fast!
Yep. Rat mask.
Yes, love it.
Why can't I hack him? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Where are you recruiting now? Moma going for the artiste types. You looking around the base? Huh. A 3 at the stadium. A 3 what? Don't quite know what's going on here yet. Okay, let me just grab a flip wagon. I reckon we're going to have to hack more than just that to make any sense of this. Ah! Why? Car on Demand has kind of a terrible sense of where to put the vehicles. Like, you often have to use a car to get to the car you've requested. I was trying it out in some co-op the other day, and it was just like farcical how I would never ever manage to get to the car I had ordered before it became irrelevant due to the ebb and flow of the game itself. Okay. The thing is, I always call for them in inconvenient spots, like back alleys or whatever, but that's because that's where you want to be able to suddenly get a car. Just want a suboptimal thing. The rest of the way that stuff works is fine. Gives you a reason to actually purchase cars. But yeah, could be better done. What happens if I drive over this? Huh. Okay. I guess this is not a problem. Yeah, I quite liked Danganronpa for what it was. Wouldn't particularly want to play it myself. Reminded me a bit of Ace Attorney, which I more than just like. But yeah, only a bit. However, going sudden Danganronpa in the middle of a Watch_Dogs game did not make any sense. Okay, where's the... why? Oh! What I've done here, the reason I'm like where I am in a drone that I'm in, I'm kind of instinctively going for the green skull. Like, I noticed the hell out of a skull here, and I was just like, oh shit. Nice. Super nice. You see this skull? This is key data. Oh, I need a drone here. Well, I can get a drone here. Key data is really good to have, so I want it a lot. I've been distracted. What I'm saying is I've been distracted from my main mission, which was in itself a side mission and a distraction from the main missions. That's fine.
Damn.
Oh shit, it's happening again. This is just like a day for... I can't even be mad about that. Just like a day for minivans and for water spouts, basically. Okay, I'll just do this myself. Excuse me. What's up? Why? Oh, okay. I couldn't knock him out because he was standing in the fence. Well, shit. Ah, man. Some serious problems are happening to me now. I maintain that that was technically not fair. Technically unfair. Ah, well. The good thing is some kind of gang is trying to kill my enemies for some reason. So, it's fine. Someone shooting me? Oh, wow, yeah. That's not good. I can't even get over there. I'll just escape to the rooftops. Hey, it's Ratmask guy. I should probably have noticed that I was just kind of repeatedly going through the same area. Okay, you need to stop that. Thank you. Somehow they've lost me. I guess probably what happened is most of them actually died. And I can go and pick up this thing. So black skull icons are research data, but green ones are key data. This gives me access to... Let's find out. The chopper retreat exploit. I didn't care about or want that. Damn. Anyway. Back to the Ratmask man. Where did I leave my flip wagon? Here it is. Whew. These guys did not do well. Umini Zulu. So did I actually call in like a gang of bikers to attack legitimate security guards? That's cool. Wait, you okay?
Hey,
sorry.
Under our protection.
Sorry, man. And to get through, we just gotta... Excuse me. The flip wagon is fast, but it's not the most maneuverable thing in the world and doesn't accelerate particularly well either. I won't hear a word against it. Okay. Rat-masked art critics. What is up now with y'all? Yeah, that's one of default's masks, alright. Hook them with the mask. Groupthink is a powerful tool. Game masters. Huh. Some sort of ARG, maybe? Could be that default is in fact dead and just people are kind of using his name and ripping his style. They kind of deserved it. Right, that's right. Ray said that they're anti-privacy advocates.
Help us bleed them dry.
That's kind of stupid. Make sure your marks fill the form to completion. First examples. What are these guys up to? It might just be that they're doing what they say they're doing, which is pretty crap, actually. Hey, there's a song to grab. Okay. Oh. Let's get out of here so I can find out what was happening via the radio. Or the Slack channel, or whatever it is. Signal, probably.
Did some digging on Ordinate Academy. Ray, I don't think these guys are directly linked to Default. Just borrowing his imagery since he disappeared. You wouldn't know anything about that,
Disappeared.
Not a thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it looks like these guys are recruiting the first round of followers, gathering up as much private data on them as they can, and they're gonna reveal everything. Use them as examples of people free from their secrets.
Yeah, that everybody's an open book shit doesn't work so well when it's only a handful of people you expose, right? They should be targeting Silicon Valley with this. Gotta say, Default's mask is a perfect fit for these fucking morons.
I need to figure out where they're meeting. They're supposed to have a place near the stadium south of the bridge, some kind of building with silos. Josh?
How would I know?
You already found it, didn't you?
Yes. I see a match. Sending it your way.
Thanks.
That was Josh's equivalent of humor. Actually, his jokes are kind of better than Wrench's. Alright. Rodentia Academy. Where is this? It's the wrong way. I knew I should have headed in the other direction. No, I didn't know that at all, or I would have done it. Hell yes, the flip wagon! Look at my cool van. Look at how fast it goes. Whoa, look at me making mistakes. But it's also really tough, right? The windshield's taken a few dents here, but it's holding together, hasn't slowed down at all. I like this car, sort of. There are things I don't like about it. No, there aren't. I just realized that. There's nothing I don't like about it. Okay. What will we find at Rudentia Academy? Basically a bunch of weird anarchists who are particularly interested in trying to persuade everyone they don't need to have anything to hide. I mean, maybe in some sort of like super utopian society, I don't know, people would still want privacy, just like about their inner thoughts and whatnot. Like, I don't know if will human nature ever change such that people want to confide all things in all strangers? Maybe in a radical cyber democracy the concept of a stranger itself will be obsolete, but probably not. Alright, well that looks like an obvious entry point. Let's do it. Oh, but can I start the mission with a bot? I don't know. Don't know if I can make that jump either. I'll try it, but I don't think... No, not quite. I'll have to go another way around. Not quite as long a way around as I did with the crane, but longer than non-long. Whoa, that didn't seem to work. I can totally make it if I fast. Yeah, boost. Okay. So how do I get in there? NetHack is not telling me much I didn't already know, except that there's a research point nearby. Always good to know. I like this fish wall. What I don't like is an inability to enter the Rudentia Academy. Ooh, TTOS box. I hope it's not that I need to get like Marcus himself to physically start the mission. That would make sense. You usually need to actually start missions yourself. Like, I wouldn't really be upset about that. I would be mildly upset with myself for having not realized that I should do this, and thus wasting some time. Oh no! Alright, I'm going in. Rather than do all that jumping again. It will be slightly more difficult to get in here myself, but only very slightly. Who's this? Now, I've noticed that random pedestrians standing around near mission starts often have something to say.
I would not want to be one of the 580s right now.
No.
No, I would not. Trapped between the Tezkas and the Sons of Ragnarok?
That was not topical in the slightest.
Be careful.
Okay. Is that a door? No. Stairs. This might have been a better way up. Oh, it's a good way up for a bot. Or for me if I had something to jump off, such as a minivan. Alright. I like the lighting here also is kind of reminding me of Burning Man. I mean, not Burning Man, what was the thing called? The thing that was Burning Man, but it was not really. It was like SS, like I remember the acronym for it was like SS, but you know what I mean. Man, I'm not doing too good at remembering specific names today, am I? At least I got Danganronpa in the end. Oh, the way up's over here. Fair enough. So, let's expose these anti-privacy advocates who probably want to be exposed anyway.
I'm looking inside Ordinate Academy now. It's a smaller op than I expected. Gonna see if I can find a way to shut them down.
That's what I like to hear.
Those are default logos. Yeah, this is nothing particularly impressive. Just a kind of aesthetic ripoff, I guess. Hello. Ah, that's a virus that's been uploaded. That's good, I think. That's DedSec tech. Yeah. Oh, consider that academy investigated. And while I'm here, I'd better get the intel. Yes. But no.
Okay, so I found a ton of dirt the rats were collecting about their new recruits. I just flushed it all. Even better,
Nice.
now I know where they keep their gear. It would be a real shame if some of it got damaged.
Yeah. Tragic.
I guess it makes sense that DedSec and these chumps are like enemies, since DedSec is all about privacy, anonymity. I think that's mainly what the others were upset about when Marcus got indicted. The fact that, yeah, he's effectively de-anonymized. How long will it be till the feds catch up with everyone? It is all a bit worrying, isn't it? Still hanging over their heads despite group bonding experiences. Wait, they didn't achieve anything. What did this unlock? Ah! Aha! Huh. Huh? Ah. Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here.
Hi, I need an ambulance. It's an emergency.
Well, I don't know why you're calling me about it. So, to cap off this not entirely exciting investigation of a bunch of default-themed anti-privacy advocates, we're going to go and break their stuff. That's fine. If they didn't want it broken, they should have been private about where it was. More successfully private, I mean. Yeah, flip wagon! Kick it up! It's so fast. I never quite know what I should or shouldn't record. This kind of mission just doesn't provide a lot of fodder for chatter. I could... let's not talk about that. What I could do is update you all on how the gameplay is turning out. If you've watched this far, you've seen a whole bunch of it, but how does it feel? Certainly, I like the way the skill trees work. Not just because you get to spend skill points and it's like a,
I'm at
reward
Ordnance
hit,
Academy
but
stockpile. Time for some demolition.
It would be great if we didn't have to see these fucking masks again.
I'll do what I can.
let me just deal with this fence. Now, a scissor lift is the perfect tool here for dealing with the fence. Watch this. See? Technically, any vehicle would have also done the job. As for what I was saying about gameplay, so guns shouldn't be in the game. There's no point. They just make it worse. The infiltration and remote control, social engineering and physical infiltration, that is the core of the game. That is a fun core. Someone has successfully made an open world game, which is still an action game, but is a new kind. It's not a cover shooter. It has cover shooting in it, unfortunately, but it is certainly not necessary. Let's take a peek inside there. Let's take a better peek inside there. You have a really fluent toolkit. Fluent and fluid. Like, I can pretty seamlessly switch here between all these various things, and like, now I'm controlling a thing, and now I'm back in my drone and stuff. It all works really well. Good performance and graphics while handling well. And the various control schemes mesh well together. It's, yeah, I am genuinely impressed by just the game just being fun to play, basically. And you've got all these options which combine nicely. So, for example, Marcus can throw these things around, these bombs here. Or you can get an upgrade which lets your drones do the bombing for you. Which makes sense, because they're drones. Someone's super mad with me now. But now I'll use the rest of my toolkit to vanish. Well, mainly I'll just run away, actually. Ooh, this is a slightly unfortunate situation. I've got the choice of running into traffic or being shot.
Right, consider the rats exterminated. Well, their gear anyway.
Just
Yeah, he
stop that
jumped off
guy.
their tails, but these full transparency fanatics
Borrow
are
his bike.
growing in numbers.
Oh shit!
Looking for some new
You
victims.
asshole! Come back!
They said we'll be ready
No!
for 'em.
I can't believe that guy managed to escape from me stealing his bike. I thought I had him. I didn't have him. There we are. Oh yeah. There we go. There's like the systems are pretty easy to use, like I was saying. The game is not hard, but there is enough challenge mechanically in doing the things and making the choices of how to approach situations that while you will generally, you know, you'll defeat every situation, but the process of doing so is fun. It's a expression of how you do things game rather than a can you succeed game. You know, I've never been up that hillside, I think. Oh no, I've been up there before. I don't know what the Fury track is though, or Titus. Actually, that's another thing. The exploration of the game is good enough that I find myself wanting to know what random parts of the world are. I might go and learn about Titus. It's possibly some famous California thing, or possibly something made up by Ubisoft. Could go either way. Huh. There's a moat. It certainly looks pretty serious. I like the driving, but I like driving even in games where the driving isn't good. Like, I enjoyed the driving in the Godfather games in LA Noire, which don't have good driving. This one actually does, though. It makes it more enjoyable. I would probably enjoy using the stun gun, and I've heard there are stun grenades. I haven't seen them, but I've heard of them. Anyway, I'd probably enjoy it if I ever actually did it, but I haven't. Because the gun-like nature of it kind of doesn't fit with the rest of the stuff. Also, speaking of violent but kind of non-gory weaponry, so check out Marcus's bike chain here. I've been enlightened to something. On the end of it, that's a pool ball. Like, this is a length of plastic and steel rope with a pretty heavy ball thing on the end of it. You could seriously beat someone with that, and he does. It's not great for them. So this thing is familiar somehow, this complex. I think it reminds me of the way that hotel buildings were modelled in Watch_Dogs 1. Makes sense. There's nothing interesting here right now. I strongly suspect this will be the setting of a storyline mission at some point in the future. But the future is not now, so I'll see you later.